Aurora Sport Zone Dome for the 14-inch co-ed mushball overnight tournament. And there's a dreaded leadoff walk to Tommy Washington. Again, these are still pool play games. These are only 5-inning games. They move pretty quick, and it's one pitch. So, second game we're showing you, this is Enemy versus Hot Stuff. Little ground ball, they get the out at first, but the runner does advance. So everybody's having a pretty good time, catching up with a lot of the male players that participate in the SSA Summer Series, and there's Al Rice doing what he does. Hard gapper, Enemy, quick 1-0 lead here. Of course, Enemy's been one of the better co-ed teams the last few years. It's going to bring up Angela Zedek. If you haven't seen Angela play, she's a high-level college softball player, if I'm not mistaken, at Northwestern. And she gets under that one. The Maluk lives. She flies out. Al Rice will stay at second base. So I'm going to fix my contrast a little bit here so we don't get that glare off of those lights. Here's Wes Shannon. And Wes drives it the opposite way, and the left fielder on his knees makes the catch. So just one run for Enemy, and they do have a high-powered offense. So we'll head to the bottom of the first. Again, you really can't screw around in these 5-inning games. So we showed you a pretty good game with the Base Bullies and the Lunatics. It was 4-4 heading into the bottom of the fourth inning, and Lunatics pushed 4 across and ended up winning that game. And again, here in this game, we had the dreaded leadoff walk that ends up scoring. So it's going to be Cliff, PJ, and Brian Korenkowski coming up here for Hot Stuff. So not only have I had a chance to catch up with some of the male players, but also a lot of the women co-ed players. And there's a leadoff slash into the alley by Cliff. Zedek gets on it. Good strong gun to keep him to a triple. So Angela Zedek, ball perfectly hit, no chance to catch it, but she did hold it to a triple. And here's PJ. So Hot Stuff coming right out here. Not intimidated. Ground ball back to Harris. And now the runner's going to try to score. And, little contact there at the plate. Clean slide there as Aaron kind of was a couple of feet in front of the plate. She didn't give Cliff an avenue to slide in there. He might have been safe even if she tagged him there. And here comes Brian Korenkowski. They got him listed as Chip, but we know his mom doesn't like it. And Brian slashes a ball. And very odd, all day today we're seeing some extremely wide turns at first. And we've seen it come into play in some other ball games. Here's Melly. So one out runner at second here. And there's a ground ball back to Chris Harris. And he'll make the play for out number 2. Sorry, a little slow getting the Hot Stuff run up there. And it's going to bring up Alex Chavez. A couple of circus guys on this Hot Stuff team. Chavez, high, towering fly ball. And he makes the catch for out number 3. So both teams score, and we'll head to the second, 1-1. So wherever you are, we're glad you're tuning in. A little different, of course, the Slow Pitch Softball Association. Normally we're a 16-inch, but we do cover a lot of 14-inch co-ed, and we also have a 14-inch co-ed national championship tournament, usually right at the end of September. So if you're interested, follow our page, and you can reach out to us, or you can send us an email, and there's a base hit for the leadoff hitter, Yasmin Villagomez, leading off the top of the second here. So shoot us an email, info@SSAsoftball.com, and we'll try to hook you up if you're interested in getting your team in. Of course, we run a lot of national championship tournaments. We have a Class B, we have Class A glove and a Class A no glove. And here's Jazz Golden, and Angela Zedek called her out at second. Let's take another look at that. Is Angela hustling on that ground ball. Brian Koronkowski in a leg, and that's bang bang there, about as bang bang as it gets. So that's going to bring up Aaron Stanton. Little pop-up. Chavez on his knees makes the catch. So 2 outs now with a runner on first. Brings up Kenny App. And Kenny is swinging here for Chris Harris. And there's a little pop-up. Chavez started back, but he comes racing in and makes the catch. So at the end of an inning and a half, still 1-1. So we have the 2 Class A national championships and the Class A glove national championship in Carroll Stream, Illinois, 2 weeks before Labor Day. Is the biggest 16-inch national championship tournament in the country. And then, of course, we have our men's major national championship tournament Labor Day weekend. We also have a 50 and over, as well as that co-ed mush. We run a lot of tournaments year-round, so make sure you check us out. Check out the Chicago Summer Series, where we take the 5 major tournaments here in the Chicagoland area, and we run them as, we don't run all of the events, but we accumulate the statistics, and we're getting ready to announce the all Summer Series teams and all defensive teams, as well as the home run MVP, batting champ, and the like. So there's a swing and a base hit by Katie leading off the bottom of the second for Hot Stuff. So the Hot Stuff women have been pounding the ball early here. Brings up Drew, the left fielder. Again, a 5-inning contest. And Drew slashes one. Al Rice will step and throw. And very, very interesting there. She did apparently keep her foot on the base. So they spin the double play. The one place you don't want to hit the ball is up the middle there. It brings up Emily, and she hits a ground ball over to Tommy Washington in time, and that'll end it. Tommy almost took a little too much off of that, and he gets Emily by a step. So we're going to head to the top of the third, 1-1 here. So make sure you follow our page, folks. You can keep abreast. Slow pitch softball, the dominant 16-inch softball association in the country. SSA Broadcast bringing you the best coverage of 16-inch softball. And we're pretty proud of the fact that we're just a hair under 36,000 followers. How about that? So here we are in the top of the third. A little roller, and that's going to go foul. And with this one pitch that we're playing here, you cannot hit a foul ball. And back to the top of the lineup. So Gabby Magnifico. Here's Tommy Washington. He goes the other way. Chavez can't get there. And Tommy will settle for a single. So one out base runner brings up Michelle Rodriguez. And always have fun talking to Michelle. She happens to work at the gun range I frequent. And there's a little flare, and first baseman easily making the catch there. Katie. So 2 outs. Al Rice airmailed one into the alley his last time up. And he hits another bomb, and that ball's going to drop. It's going to drive in another run. Al Rice brought out the whipping stick there. Hits his second monstrous bomb of the ball game. And it brings up Angela Zedek. And plenty of space here, unlike the other domes that we've shown you. And there's a ground ball to short, long throw. Can't dig it out of the dirt. Everybody's safe, and Al will move up. Shortstop had time there. He just threw a sinker. Huh? You're safe. So Angela asking me whether she was safe or not. And West hammers it to Korenkowski. But that'll be the third out. Brian got the big Sunday hop and knew what to do with it. And despite the booming double, they can't score more than one. And we'll head now to the bottom of the third inning, 2-1 Enemy. And Enemy won a close one their first game, 6-5. And we're used to seeing the Enemy score a lot of runs. Their normal pattern in the past has been to start slow and finish fast. Like I said, in a 5-inning game, you don't want to rely on that. So it's going to be Greg, Katie, and there's a fly ball going. Oh, that hit the roof. Looked like Jazz Golden had a beat on it, but it hit the roof. So a little bit of a break starting out here, and brings up Kate, the center fielder. This Hot Stuff's put their leadoff man on. And Kenny App has stayed in the game after hitting for Harris. And there's a little pop-up. He's going to let it spin foul, so that'll go as an out. And that brings up Junebug. And needless to say, Junebug's a little bigger than a Junebug. We'll have to find out what's the story behind the nickname. Kenny App, now he snaps the throw over, but Greg got back in time. And it brings up Sin. They are hitting 12. And again, I got a team really crowding the line. We told you in that first game it's very claustrophobic over here. And Sin, a little roller off of Kenny App. Tommy Washington can't make the play, and Greg will get to third. So runners on the corner now for Cliff, the leadoff man. And you notice when the lefties come up, everybody moves off of that line. So chance to tie here. And there's a little spinner, and he reached for a low pitch. Would have been a ball, but he got a little bit anxious there. And he, in essence, that goes as a strikeout if you're scoring at home. So they don't score, and we're going to head to the top of the fourth, snappy ball game like they usually are. 2-1. Again, these games don't take long, and we're going to maybe go back to back. If anybody's watching, dump a comment in there, because I haven't seen any. I want to make sure everything's good. So there's a little spinner. Catcher comes out, throw not in time. So Yasmin, her second hit of the ball game, a little spinner. It didn't look like that ball was going to roll foul. Catcher did the best she could, but they don't get an out. So leadoff man on. Here's Jazz Golden. And Jazz dumps a single into center. Michelle Rodriguez, the courtesy runner, stops at second. Here comes Erin Stanton. Some would say she's the brains behind the enemy team. And there she just beats it into the ground. Nobody at first, but Chavez alertly got over there. So she got them both over. You can tell there she was just trying to pull the ball there. Got both runners over for Kenny App, his second at-bat of the game here. And Kenny lashes one. Brian's going to go home, and he bounced the throw in. Everybody's safe, and Kenny will go to third. So that's a good example. Brian had all kinds of time. I don't think the catcher thought he was going home. She was well behind, and there's a nice catch by the center fielder, and she spikes the throw, but no advancement. Runner on third did score. So Gabby Magnifico picks up an RBI sac fly there. Brings up Tommy Washington in the top of the lineup. And there's a spinner, and he tried to kick the ball fair. Should have played soccer. That was some nifty footwork. Did not fool anybody on the field, but I give him an A for effort. So we head to the bottom of the fourth, 4-1, enemy. You still down in Florida, Sonny, or did you? Are you in this back in Chicago? As we're almost at 1:30 here in the Chicago area. We got a few night owls tuning in. And there's a swing right to Jazz Golden. So PJ flies out, and it brings up Brian Korenkowski. And there's a ground ball. Al Rice snaps a throw, no chance. That's a play when you got a guy like Brian who's as fast as they come. If your shortstop doesn't cut that off, and your short center usually cuts behind the shortstop, the kid like Brian running, there's just no possibility of getting him out. And there's a ball off the roof. It was caught by the third baseman. Umpire called it foul. Would have been an out either way. And it brings up Chavez now, with Katie on deck. Why did I think you were in Florida, man? There's a sweeping swing, and it hit the base. Popped into center. Forget about the throw to the plate. Nice cutoff by Kenny App. Angela Zedek thought she was going to throw Brian Koronkowski out. He was running all the way, and what we've seen, especially on first base, and there's a ball to Tommy Washington, as slick as they come, and he makes the out. So Katie grounds out to end the inning, but they do pick up a run. They close to 4-2 as we head to the top of the fifth. So this game flying by. Next game is scheduled for 1:45. Might be a delay if I'm not mistaken. This is the last play-in game, or should say pool play game. And then they have a weird thing where I believe the 4 bottom teams have to play what they call a play-in. And there's a swing. Michelle Rodriguez dumps a base hit in there. Brings up Al Rice, who's been crushing the ball all night. So we'll take a game off. So the 2 bottom seeds in both pools have to play what they call a play-in game. And there's a ground ball, and they twist a double play. Nicely done. And you can see right around the chute there. Brings up Wes Shannon. And Wes walks. And I'm going to try to bend over and pick up a piece of paper. Ugh, that hurt. So now we haven't seen this earlier where normally in co-ed, if you walk a male player, the female can automatically get walked. This is the first time we've seen it tonight. The women have been swinging. Here's Jazz Golden. Pitcher recovered and made the play. Nicely done, because Jazz can fly. So she hung right in there. We'll see that on the replay. Jazz beats it into the ground, and good gun there. And they get the double play to end the inning. So do or die, bottom of the fifth here. We're going to take a game off, and then we'll be back at 1:45. Well, it's running a little late because we got a play-in game. But we'll take a game off. Those bottom-seeded pool play teams their games will be 5 innings, and then the rest of the way out it'll be 7. And there's a high pop-up, and Michelle makes the catch. So leadoff man down here, 4-2 ball game. And I believe this is Emily with Greg on deck. And she walks. So now they're dangerous. They have the tie in the box and the hammer. And there's a ball, and it's a foul ball, so it'll go as an out. So they are now down to their last out here. Brings up Kate with Junebug on deck. So it's up to Kate to keep the game alive here. And there's a soft line drive, and that'll do it. So Enemy, on the strength of their second inning, when they jumped up 4-1, hold on here, and they stay clean. Well, we don't normally play this late, Colton, but this is just an event out here in a dome that they do periodically, these overnight events, and they're fun. People come out and they have a good time. And normally, when we are live during the winter, if we're in a dome, they tend to be later games because there are so many youth sports that take up the prime time hours. So this is the only time we can get. And everybody's having a good time out here. They bring pizza and coffee and snacks, and they all are hanging out. So again, now, hot stuff is not eliminated. This was pool play for seating. And this is live, correct. We will be shutting down now for a game, and then we will be back. And we're glad you joined us. We love you. Check us out a little bit later